Hello everybody, welcome to Google Sheets Lesson 4. Now in Lesson 3 we built a spreadsheet for car expenditure. I didn't actually add the title to it at that point, but I've now added that. I've also brought down some more tools from the tool line using this three dots icon, and so we have the additional icons here that weren't shown on the lesson 3. The reason for that is I wanted to include the sum function here to demonstrate how that works with automatically allocating cells from each row of a column. So for example, here in this cell here, where we actually keyed in equals sum, okay, we could instead, and I'll blank this out now to demonstrate. Okay, oops, blank that out. The alternative way of adding this row of, this column of expenditure is by clicking on this icon here and selecting sum. Now you'll see it automatically puts part of the formula in. All we have to do now is select the rows that we wish to sum. So it's now done that. I just press enter and everything works. Okay, I've actually also added an extra column from the previous lesson, column A. So the formula is actually using column C cells instead of column B, which it was before. So it's automatically adjusted by me adding this extra column. It adjusted the formula already. Okay, so let me just quickly demonstrate this on its own. Let's say we wanted to add 1, 2, and 3, and we wanted to put the sum here. We click on here. We click on one of the options, which is sum, and then we select the items and then press enter. So that's the way to do it. Okay, now I want to show you some other things, like a conditional item on Google Sheets, and the conditional I'm thinking of is formatting. So we have these values here. Let's say we wanted to highlight those in orange, each cell in orange if it was above £1, and highlight it in red if it was above £50. Okay, how do we do this? Well, let's first of all select the cells we're interested in. We go to Format, Conditional Formatting, and now we have on the right hand side the conditional format rules. Now it's because we already selected the cells, it's showing the range of C2 to C13, and we've got an option here, format cells if cell is not empty. No, we don't want that one, but we can click on here. So if greater than let's see, what did I say, greater than £1, we highlight it in orange. So we'll change that to an orange background. So let me see, custom format, here we go, and we want to select an orange color, so there, say, okay, and done. Now we want to add another rule. So same range. If the cell is greater than, I can't remember what I said now, let's say £30, then we want to, where are we? We want to highlight it, let's say red. Okay, so now then, we've got those in the wrong order because this one needs moving. Oops, sorry. This one needs moving before this one because they could go operate in order. So you see the little dots here. That's like a handle to drag it. So now it's working. The cells which are above £1 are highlighted in orange, and so on. If we wanted to do a particular highlight, say if we highlighted everything that's £20, we could say if the cell, where are we? Greater than or equal to, less than, equal to, here we go, equal to £20, we'll format it in blue for the sake of argument. Okay, and again we need to put that first. Okay, so now we have conditional formatting depending on the value in a cell. Okay, now we can actually, if we copied those cells to somewhere else, those conditional formula would follow through to a different location based on the same rules. Okay, that's one kind of conditional. Let's say we wanted to, if any of these cells equals £15, we want to put a little note, let's say in column E. So I'll put a heading here, notes. Okay, centralize that. Just make it grey. Okay. So here I'm going to say, if I'm going to start in this column, I'm going to put formula equals if. Now that means if something equals something else or doesn't equal something else. So if the value in this case C2 equals 15, then we want to put a message, let's say in quotes 15. Otherwise we don't put anything. So basically, if the value in this is saying if the value in C2, that's just this cell on its own at the moment, is £15, then 15 will appear in this column, okay, on that particular row. Otherwise, nothing. Okay, so let's try that name. Oh, I think I shouldn't have put the pound sign in there. There we go. So nothing appears there. There's the formula. By the way, if you ever want to see a formula that you can't see normally, click on View and Show Formula, and then it will show in the cell. It'll show all the formula. Okay. So if you're uncertain whether a cell is calculated with a formula or not, you can click on View Formula or Show Formula. Okay. So now that cell will work if it contained 15. Let's just prove that 15. It now says 15 there. Okay, what was it before? 65, whatever. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this formula down. So Command C, and then for each cell up to here, Command V. So there's a formula in each one of these cells now, but it's slightly different in each one because the first one we started off with row 2, then we went to row 3, and you notice it's automatically increased the row number on each one. So we've got the same formula in each of these cells. Okay, now there is a way of specifying a formula that would apply to all cells, but I won't go into that at the moment. So you wouldn't, in that case, you wouldn't have to repeat the formula in every cell. It's called array formula, but that's a little more complicated, and I'll explain it later. Now let's say we wanted this column to show the 15 in red for the sake of argument. Okay, we don't need to put the heading in red, that can just be in normal color, but there you are, 15. So this is highlighting. Let me just change this to something like this. Okay, I'll redo the formula again. Okay, so now it's a little pointer saying this row contains 15. Now if I change the formula to, let's say, £1, £1, whoops, pound, and again copy it down. We'll see only those columns, or those rows with exactly a pound in them has the message here saying £1. Now it's a fairly boring message. We can see it's got a pound anyway, but it could be useful for error checking. Say we wanted to check if there are any expenditures below £3. We could put less than £3. Okay, but now we need to change this. Instead of being equals, less than 3. Okay, and again we'll copy that formula down. Oops. Okay, so anywhere within this spreadsheet, in this column, if the value is less than £3, we now have a message on this column to say it's less than £3. Okay. Why would we want to do that? Well, this is an arbitrary example, and you probably wouldn't, but there might be cases where you want to highlight unusual expenditure. Let's say you wanted to highlight anything above £50. Okay, so let's try greater than £50. More than £50. Now the message is with between the double quotes here. Clearly, if it's not greater than £50, then we don't show anything. Okay, so let's copy that down. And lo and behold, the two rows that contain a value greater than £50 are now highlighted. Okay, so that's my lesson 4, and I hope you'll tune in for lesson 5, which will be coming soon. Thank you very much for watching.